Hi, I'm making this video to show you how you can make your section fill the page so that you don't have this weird gap, this weird spacing below your section. First option that you can do to solve that would be to go into your settings and change the color of the app background. But for some reason, if that's not possible, or if that's not what you want to do, then you can go ahead and add a min height to your section. So you might want to go ahead and input 100 VH to your section, but if you do that, your section will overflow under the screen because I have a header, and my header here has a height of 100 pixels. And to solve that, what we want to do is actually subtracting the 100 pixels of my header to the 100 VH. So to do that, there is in CSS, there is a function called calc. And with this function, you can basically make a calculation. And what's even more cool with that is that the values don't even have to have the same unit. So in our case, we want to take this min height property, and we can go ahead and input calc 100 VH, and we want to subtract 100 pixels of the height. So if I leave my modal here, we can see that now it's not scrolling anymore. Now in some cases, instead of having a static value here, you might want to do things automatically. For instance, if your header can change its height depending on the page or depending on the content, then what you want to do is to retrieve the height automatically. And to do that, we have this watch scroll position that contains a lot of information that we can use. So to enable that, we need first to add an ID to our header section. Once it's done, now we can toggle the watch scroll position to on. And if we go back to the min height formula and we go down to the component positions, we can see that we have a new header object. And inside that object, we have a bunch of elements, and the one that would be of interest to us would be the height. So basically, instead of this 100, which is static, we want to add this variable. So I'm going to delete 100 and I'm going to add the 100. I still need to add the pixels here so that the calculation can be done. And if I close that, the behavior is the same. But if I go ahead and change the height of my header, let's input 60, we can see that the page is still not scrolling. And that's what we want. So that's how you can have your section fill the page even with other elements around it.